Hey everyone, let's do an update on all of the buses so you all know what's going on. There's been some localised media reporting that has been completely outrageous and not accurate at all. I don't know what is going on there, but let me clear up some of this stuff for everybody. So let's start with Queanbeyan. Queanbeyan has a new operator. The service is back up and running. They have a new owner, and so Queanbeyan is sorted. Then we've got the Maroochydore Sleep Bus. So the Maroochydore Sleep Bus has a new owner and they are working on getting that service back up and running. So that is sorted. Hervey Bay has a new owner and they have a new operator, and they will be, they're working on just doing the registration changeover now and then relaunching the service. So Hervey Bay is sorted. Then we've got Redcliffe. Redcliffe gangbusters, going gangbusters. So Redcliffe has their bus transferred. They have a new owner. They have a new operator. They are running their service. Everything's going beautifully. Safe sleeps being provided. Redcliffe, sorted. Then we've got the Byron Bay Sleep Bus. Now, the Byron Bay Sleep Bus didn't work out in Byron Bay. It sat idle for a while. We looked at moving it to Ballina with permission from the donor that funded the build. We tried to get some funds to be able to operate the service, but we couldn't get any support in the area funds-wise. So we got a lot of volunteers, but we couldn't get any funds, and so therefore we couldn't launch the service there. Then in January, we made the decision to wind up the charity. I went back to the donor that funded that bus, the Byron Bay bus, not the Ballina bus. It was never promised to Ballina. We just tried to move it there, but we couldn't get any funding. And so the Byron Sleep Bus, the funder there has allocated that to another charity that they know of and that they wanted that to go to. And so that is in the Northern Rivers area. And so that is in the process of getting launched, and they're working with their council and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have more when I know more about the Byron Bay Sleep Bus. Then we have the Coffs Harbour Sleep Bus. So the Coffs Harbour Sleep Bus was partially finished, so up to still needed the extra $50,000 to finish it off. So it's $150,000 to build a sleep bus. The community raised $100,000. We usually are able to find the other $50,000 to finish these buses, but we just haven't been able to over the last 18 months, hence the decision to wind up the charity. So the process was with the Coffs Harbour Sleep Bus was that we put it to the fundraising committee. You find a community, you find an organisation that can take on the service, and I will do my best to try and find the money to finish the bus. Now, unfortunately, the Coffs Harbour group were unable to find any charities in the area that could take on a sleep bus service. It's not an easy thing to do. I don't hold it against anybody or any organisation in Coffs Harbour. It's a tough gig to do, and money is tight for everybody at the moment. So, unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. The fundraising group, the committee, said to me that they couldn't find somebody, so they would like two options, basically, they presented. One was, could we sell the bus and then the funds from the sale of the bus go back into the community, or have the bus move to another community and have it do its purpose, which is provide safe sleeps. So my goal with Sleep Bus is obviously to provide safe sleep, so selling the bus wasn't necessarily an option I was wanting to consider. And as I discussed with the group, a sleep bus is built for purpose. So it's not a sellable thing that we're going to get $100,000 for. We'd be lucky to get probably $20,000, $25,000 for a sleep bus as it is, because it's not a motorhome. You'd basically have to gut the whole thing to be able to turn it into a motorhome, and that's essentially who would potentially buy a second-hand bus. So the decision was made with their consent that we would find another community. That community is Taree. We wanted to try and keep it as local as possible, so that was the idea of choosing Taree. Now, so Taree actually had to fundraise an extra $50,000 to finish their bus as well. So what we've done is we've put that $50,000 that they have been able to fundraise into the Coffs Harbour Sleep Bus to finish that off, and that is now going to be the Taree Sleep Bus, which I am currently working on and will have finished before June 30. So that's how that all happened. So Coffs Harbour consented to having the bus move to another community because they were unable to take it. Now, I think I've copped a bit of flack for that, but it's not my decision. This was the community's decision and the fundraising community's decision to do. A very tough one, a very tough decision, and I don't envy them at all. Very difficult thing to do. But I think it goes more to what's happening either locally in government or as statewide in government on why aren't there, if there's a need, why can't we get these services happening in town and that sort of stuff. So not a conversation I'm going to have, but I wouldn't beat up the local organisations there at all. It's a tough thing to do, and it's a tough situation. So Taree, I'm working on that bus at the moment, and we'll have that finished by June 30. Then we've got the Bundaberg Sleep Bus, which will be the next one that I'll be delivering. So that'll get finished before June 30 and headed up to Bundaberg. Then I have the Ballarat Sleep Bus, which I'll also finish before June 30. We're just got to find a couple extra dollars to finish that one off, which I'm confident we can do. We've got somebody on that at the moment. There are some forces in Ballarat working against us there for some unknown reason, but we're working through that. So I will get that bus to them, and we've just got to find an organisation so that we don't have the Coffs Harbour situation. As long as we've got an organisation in Ballarat to take it on, which, look, there's heaps of good ones there. I have no doubt we'll find somebody. But if you are one of those organisations, please get in touch. ASAP time is ticking away for me to be able to help with that transition. So reach out as soon as possible, and we'll get those discussions happening and transfer you a shiny new slip bus. Then we've got our last ones, Mackay. So Mackay have a current sleep bus. I am working on their second one, and I'll have that to them before June 30 as well. So despite what anybody may have read locally in their media, sleep bus is closing down and, several communities are missing out on their buses, not true. Not even slightly true. I will deliver all the buses. I will get them all there. And you've got the update now. This is actually what's happening. And I'll keep working my butt off to make sure I can deliver before June 30. And then I'm going to have a sleep because I'm tired. And this has been a tough journey the last 10 years, but also in the last sort of even 6 months since January, since making this announcement. Anyway, I will soldier on. I will get it all done. If you'd like to support me and Sleep Bus and this last 10 years or this last 6 months of this 10-year journey, please go to sleepbus.org and make a donation to the Sleep Bus Fund. I would really, really appreciate it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care. That's the update. Bye for now.